James,
Yeah.
Marc from Dirty Honey.
Mark, how are you?
I'm good, man. Looking forward to getting to Fargo for the first time.
You've never been to Fargo before?
I've never been to Fargo. I've never been, dude. I don't think I've been to North Dakota. Actually, I've been to South Dakota.
Oh my gosh, you're coming to the much better Dakota finally.
Yeah, thanks.
So what
Well,
have
I'll
you?
have to find out for myself. You know.
Right, right. What have you done in South Dakota? Have you done like Sturgis?
Yeah, we played Sturgis, and actually, my vehicles are registered in South Dakota, so I had to go up there for that. They have very lenient vehicle registration laws down there, so that's pretty nice. Boring little tidbit for you.
Your vehicles are still registered in South Dakota?
Yeah, man. I don't really live anywhere other than a bus, so.
Really? So
Yeah.
so you guys are kind of from LA, right?
Well, the band is for sure. Like
Yeah.
the band was formed in LA, and we all technically live here now, even though we're on the road like
Right.
300 days of the year. But I'm from upstate New York, and
Okay.
yeah, just I like to travel. I like to travel on the motorcycles and stuff all the time, and get out and see the world.
So do you store your vehicles in California or in South Dakota?
It kind of depends. One's in Montana right now. One's in Cali. Yeah, it just depends like where I have to go. I try and like work trips.
So let's run down the list. Then you sound you must be kind of a gearhead a little bit.
In terms of like a motorhead.
Yeah, like motorcycles, cars. Like what do you got?
My Harley was stolen out
Damn.
when I was on the Black Crowes tour. That sucked. I had a little like 1200 Sportster that it's the one in the Rolling Sevens music video
Yeah.
in that opening shot. So that's gone, which is totally like shot to the heart. But I also have a 1200 BMW GS that I take all over the country, and I rent those all over the world. Honestly, I've rented them in New Zealand, Italy, Croatia, like everywhere. And then and then I just have a Mini Cooper S that I buzz around in when I'm home.
It's got to be up there with like the most eclectic list of vehicles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of all over the place. I really don't drive a car much, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm usually on the motorcycle, on the BMW, and
Yeah.
the car is literally just a means for me to take to hockey when I need to carry my hockey equipment somewhere.
And you're a hockey guy?
I'm a big hockey guy.
You might as well just live here. You love the registration in South Dakota, right? You already love the laws.
Yep.
Hockey's of course huge here. So,
I know.
Uh,
Is that the Fighting Sioux?
we got the Sioux here, and of course we got the Minnesota Wild. People are fans of.
Of course. Yeah, man. I'm. Oh wait, so Fargo likes the Wild, huh?
I think so. I mean, it's the
Okay.
only team in the like
The
close
area,
region.
yeah.
I mean, otherwise it would be like Blackhawks or Red Wings, like those kind of teams that everybody.
Yeah.
loves.
Okay, I could see that. Too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, some people are original six people. You know how that goes, but.
Sure.
I mean, it was a heartbreak. I mean, I'm from Minnesota, so it was a heartbreak when the North Stars left. So we.
Yeah. I'm not old enough to remember that too much, but I know the history, obviously. But they're back,
Yeah. I mean, I was like
You got
4 at the time. So what do you play in hockey? Are you any good, or do you just like to play for fun?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna toot my own horn here.
You
too
gotta.
much, but
Come
yeah,
on.
I bring my gear on the road with me. I skate all over the country. Like it's fun. It's a great way to meet people on the road. And Bauer, obviously the major hockey brand, has been very, very nice and given me a lot of cool stuff over the last year or so here. And yeah, I was gonna go play college hockey, and this whole move to LA sort of derailed all that.
Music a little bit greater than hockey for you?
Yeah, I mean, I love them both, honestly. It's just hockey's a great sport to play and compete and have a good time and get great exercise as you like age. Here in LA, there's an extremely eclectic group of like hockey guys that I skate with. It's like Jerry Bruckheimer, obviously the super famous film producer, to Kiefer Sutherland, to Jim Carrey, to Cuba Gooding Jr. Like there's those people, and then NHLers that come to California. There's 2 teams here, and Rob Blake, Luke Robitaille, like these guys will come out and skate with us. So it's a very wide range of skill.
So you've played with all those dudes that are on that list of names that you just mentioned?
Before COVID, that would be like your Sunday night
Really?
skate. Yeah. And then like PK Subban would come out, like Chris Letang, like Sidney Crosby would play.
Wow.
It was Dude, it was crazy.
So of the actors, who's the worst player?
Who's the worst one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this because he's my buddy. We'll say Taylor Kitsch.
Okay.
He's actually really good. He played Major Junior up in Canada, so he's actually like pretty filthy. But yeah, I gotta talk smack about him anytime.
I mean, I hear Jim Carrey's name and I go, I mean, I know he has the chipped tooth. I don't know if that's from hockey, but I hear his name and he's just kind of like wafy and thin. I wouldn't think he would be able to hold his own.
He doesn't play too much anymore.
Yeah.
Cuba is like he's surprisingly more skilled than you would think. For like an African American hockey player actor like combination,
right?
Like that's honestly, it's rare enough. Like I think hockey could do a better job, like bringing African Americans into the fold a little bit. Like they're few and far between, but I literally remember the first time I looked in to his eyes on the ice and like realized that it was him like trying to tackle me on a breakaway. But He's a good laugh.
Well, that's the key to the game, man. You got to play hard. Whether you're Cuba Gooding Jr., it could ruin your next movie.
Oh, he does not mind cheating if he has to.
Yeah, a little hooking, a little slashing. It's good.
Yeah.
All the rules that we shouldn't have anymore.
You just want to. He wants to break all the rules anyway. He doesn't care about offsides and But
have you fought any of those guys on the ice?
No. There was unless it's just like a joke. We don't fight too much.
But you could kick all their asses though, right?
Oh, absolutely, man.
I don't mean for this to be an entire hockey interview, but I have a theory about hockey players. Tell me if this is accurate. Hockey players are like kind of quieter dudes generally, like as far as,
they're more humble for sure. They're not like basketball players and football players.
And they quietly, with that quiet humbleness, get a ton of women. Like women love a hockey player, yeah or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's insane. And they don't talk about it and no one ever mentions it, but they are pulling it down, no problem.
You can talk to, there's a famous podcast down here called Missing Curfew, and it's Scotty Upshaw and Shane O'Brien, and they're two like legendary NHLers that got a lot of chicks in their day, and they love talking about it.
I thought you were going to say legendary cocksmen, honestly.
I mean, they are for sure. But no, speaking of humble hockey players, we just recently had Sean Avery come out, who's not humble at all, and is very loud. He's the complete opposite of the stereotypical hockey player that we were just talking about. And long story short, he no longer skates with us because he like got in a fight with somebody at like the Monday night skate. Like that's just a pickup game, and he, like the police had to come.
Wow,
just legendary Sean Avery, just stirred it up.
Amazing. Well, see, and then you guys, you got to weed them out. You got to keep the humble. You got to stay under the radar as a hockey player.
Well, it's tough. It can be tough when people like that are showing up, But it was a good laugh again,
Well, dude, I mean that was super interesting. Should we move on to the music?
We got you coming. Yeah, no, that's fine with me, man. Whatever you want to talk about.
How's the tour been going?
It's been going well. We're starting on Thursday. This North American run starts in Wisconsin, and then obviously we're coming to you a few days later. But it's touring in 2022 has been great. We did a tour with Wolfgang Van Halen earlier this year. We went to Europe for the first time with Guns N' Roses and Rival Sons and Kiss and Gary Clark Jr. That was obviously a dream come true for me, and just got to experience a ton of stuff and get back out there. And the European audiences were very hungry for some live music because they've been just starved. Nobody could go there to tour because every country had different COVID restrictions. Maybe like the UK was open, but like you can't just go and tour the UK and not go to like every other country. So you kind of had to wait until everybody was open, and that finally happened, and you could just tell they were ready to cut loose. So, it was a lot of fun. It was a great summer.
How was it touring with the legends?
It's always good, man. I mean, you don't get to interact with like Guns too much on the road. They have those are like stadium shows. Like those places are so big, it's tough to like cross paths. But Slash was very kind to us. Obviously, we sort of started this whole journey with him and his band with Miles Kennedy.
Yep.
Dude, touring with Kiss was unreal. Like I did not expect to appreciate that band as much as I did. And Gene and Paul Stanley were super nice. very gracious. Their crew is super supportive. We knew a lot of their crew from the Black Crowes tour already, so it was fun to have sort of like a family on the road again, which was really sweet. But yeah, I can't say enough nice things about it.
It seems like Gene is like the coolest dude ever. Like every time I see him talking, I'm just like, I really like you.
Yeah, it's funny. Like you, as an artist who like hears him say rock is dead every 30 seconds, like I want to not like him, but yeah, he was really nice, man, and said some really great things about the band, and very clearly like listened to our band and like came at you like a musician would, with not a critique, but like gave his point of view of what you were doing, and like had a thoughtful, conversation about it, which was really sweet. So, we appreciate that sort of thing.
Yeah, he just seems like really cool. Yeah, and I totally agree with you. He does talk a lot of trash about rock, and so you obviously don't agree with him on that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But there is a sense of like it's not as, I don't know, as popular, I guess, as it was. But I feel like that's turning a little bit. Do you feel like that's turning back towards rock? Back towards real instruments?
Yeah, I think rock definitely lost its way there for about 15 years due to just like the ease of Pro Tools and editing and over editing and perfecting and blah blah blah, and like it really just lost like the live soul that you get from just a great musician performing a song on a record, in a live, sort of mentality where you're not trying to over edit it or anything. And that's where we're coming from. I think Greta Van Fleet's doing a great job doing that, keeping it authentic. There's an artist named Marcus King who's doing that too. And, I think that shift is happening. And I noticed it going around the country, especially this summer, like going into guitar stores, man, there's not guitars. You can't find guitars anywhere. Like,
really?
Obviously, like the supply chain got screwed up, but I think a lot of people took to learning an instrument, and especially the guitar, during COVID. And that's kind of like the catalyst for all these really young kids picking up instruments for the first time, and we see it on social media every day, and it like melts my heart when I see like a really, really young, like 8 or 9 year old kid playing one of our songs,
ripping your songs. Yeah, those
so special.
Yeah, you can't get enough of those videos. Watching those 9-year-olds, it's just so cool, and they're so young, and they're just tearing it up, and it's good to see. Of course, all the talking heads are like, yeah, it's always going to be electronic, but I feel like everything comes back around, right? You have 80s music, and then you have Nirvana, right? It's just, it's kind of cyclical in a way.
Yeah. And it's all about, like, I say all the time, like, for something to really be like a movement, it's got to be everything, like, it's got to be fashion. It's got to be the attitude. There's like a deeper conversation happening when, that stuff in the 90s happened, and like the 70s and like the 60s. It was a lifestyle, know, and, you can't force that, obviously, but it's just something I've noticed, throughout history.
Yeah, definitely. So what can we expect on Saturday? What's the show going to be?
Man, it's going to be a good time. We're getting like real excited to just play in America again. It's been a minute for us. So, we're going to be hopefully trying out some new tunes by the time we get to North Dakota. And that's obviously a real big boost for us to like, just show what we've been working on the last 6 months to a year. Max Saturn's a great band too. I don't know if you've looked into them at all. They're like a Motown rock band from Detroit. They're really cool. The singer totally is like channeling some Mick Jagger, which is cool. And man, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring the tequila. We're gonna get a little buzz on and play some rock and roll, and we're gonna bring the party. That's what we do.
Tequila's your jam, huh?
Tequila is definitely my jam.
What brand?
I like Clase Azul a lot. I tend to drink a lot of Casamigos just because it's like the Blanco and better for the hangovers.
That's Clooney's, isn't it?
That's Clooney's, yeah. Sammy Hagar would kill me if I didn't mention Santo Mesquila right now. I do like that stuff a lot. But yeah, he was really cool when we played Memphis Beale Street Festival with him, and I was out front watching his show with Michael Anthony and Jason Bonham, and he's like calling me up on stage to come sing a Zeppelin tune with him, and I was like at the soundboard, like it was going to take me 10 minutes to walk back to the stage, and
that's bad.
Totally spontaneous, didn't know it was happening, and I missed the moment to sing with Sammy Hagar on stage. Yeah, after the show, he was like, "Don't worry about it, man. Have some Mesquila." I was like, "All right."
Well, any way that they can get a plug-in and sell some booze. So when are you going to launch your tequila?
I would love to. It's something I don't think about it actively, but yeah, that's definitely like something I would love to do. But yeah, I'm not famous enough or successful enough to start a tequila brand.
Come on.
You know,
that's no problem.
We can work on that.
I think you could launch it. Why not?
Yeah, why not? I just have to have a few schmil to buy an agave farm or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're cheap. Yeah. It's just a cheap little operation. I think.
Yeah, it's Mexico. It's Mexico.
Exactly. So, how do you guys? How do you keep your hair game so strong in your band?
Okay. Don't wash it. Don't clean it.
It's insane.
Don't comb it.
I mean, it makes a little more sense that you're a hockey guy, to be honest with you. I mean,
honestly, that's originally why I grew the hair out.
Really? Yeah. For hockey, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, hockey hair is huge, and now it's all coming together. I'm looking at your pictures, going like, man, the hair game for everyone is strong.
Yeah. For the most part, I don't really do anything to it. To be honest, I don't put anything in it. I don't think any of us do really. It just is, man. When you're on the road and like you're just tired all the time, you just can't worry about that.
It's got to be just genetics, right? It's rock star genetics. It just so happens that you're good at this music thing, and also my hair just happens to look like rock star hair. Is that what happens?
It's funny because it does seem like everybody I come across like on tour seems to have it. It's a strange. It must be like a lack of stress or something.
Okay.
Doing something molecular, in your body.
Like every dude you said that you played with, all have great hair.
Yeah.
And we're all jealous, just so you know.
Thanks.
Even if the dudes who listen to my station won't admit it, we're all jealous.
Do you think they would be? I don't know.
They have no hair. You're going to see a lot of bald heads in Fargo Brewing 6. I'm just kidding.
Oh, really? Oh, God. We'll take some pics.
Yeah. So when you get to a new town, since you've never been to Fargo before, what is your kind of go-to thing to kind of get to know the town? Do you have time to do that, I guess would be another question?
Yeah, I do. I got, I'll probably be looking for a hockey game, obviously, when I get there. I'll put out some feelers before we land, and then I have my bicycle with me on the bus. That's usually a fun thing to do. It's a great way to explore a city, just having that, gives you a little bit of autonomy out on the road,
Yeah.
Instead of just being like married to the bus or like to an Uber, you can like go get lost and find your way back to the venue. That's usually what I do. Find some good coffee, find a cool bar to go to. Fargo's probably got a pretty good bar scene, I would think.
Yeah, and Fargo Brewing is right downtown too, so it's like all the cool bars are right there. Fargo Brewing's a great bar, but you're going to be spending a lot of time. I think we have the night off. So. What's that?
After that show. I think we have the night off after that show, so we'll find some trouble somewhere.
Nice. Well, hey, man, I've taken a lot of your time. Thanks for sticking around and chit-chatting. I do appreciate it.
No worries.
It's Marc LaBelle, Dirty Honey. Follow him and shoot him a message on where he's going to get a hockey game in Fargo and the best bars that you want the band and him to go to at Camp Moto at Dirty Honey as well. Marc, we'll see you Saturday.
I can't wait.